Hello, this is a monologue from the book. Well, I'm not going to tell you the title, but it's a science fiction about a guy that's being hunted, about a long distance trucker being hunted for exposing Islam on the internet, and to the point where even the president of the United States is involved, and the president is Muslim, and so they're trying to get this guy. And he's Japanese American. This guy who exposed Islam is Japanese American named Daniel Kabashi. And anyway, in this monologue, he talks about how Moses runs after the rock. And when I read it to you, I'd like to have you leave your comments. If you're Muslim, leave your comments, and I would like to see what you think of this. Okay, the president unpaused the video. Daniel's image started moving again, and he said, according to more than one sahih, correct Hadith, Allah seemed to think it very important that the Israelites should see that there was no problem with the genitals of their leader, Moses. So important to Allah was the matter to prove the Israelites wrong in their speculation of why Moses was modest and not wanting to show off the best of creation as far as genitals go, that Allah actually made a rock run off with Moses' robe while he was bathing. I kid you not, folks. Allah had a rock literally run off with Moses' robe. And apparently, instead of Moses thinking, what the hell is Allah trying to do here with having a rock run off with my robe, Allah apparently must have said B. He must have said B and took away Moses' modesty, turning his modesty into blind anger, where he would then run after the rock, shouting angrily and stupidly at the rock, "Oh, stone my robe! Oh, stone my robe!" And when catching up with the rock, started striking it angrily with his staff, all the while not even bothering to wonder why Allah would do such a thing with him and not caring that he was naked. The question I have for you, O slaves of Allah, is why should Allah care that Moses was the best of creation down in the genital department? Why should such a thing concern such a glorious being, to the point where Allah would have Moses act like a crazy guy with a rock that would run off with his robe? Does that sound credible to you, even? The thing that is so crazy about this is that if I saw a naked Moses running angrily after a rock that was running with his robe, well, I tell you, looking at Moses' penis and thinking, why it's the best of those whom Allah created, unquote, it would be the last thing on my mind. Instead, I'd be thinking, why in the hell is Allah putting on such an absurdist scene? Is Allah on the verge of having the sun stub its toe as it runs to a resting place? To get to the murky spring, to set in the murky spring? Are the stars in the lower atmosphere of Earth that keep Satan and us from spying on Allah going to turn their flaming missiles on us now? Is Allah going to knock out the invisible pillars that hold up the sky and end all life on the planet, where when the sky comes crashing down, being that it's the canopy the Qur'an says it is that going to happen next? I mean, oh slaves of Allah, all wonder and speculation on whether or not Moses had a herniated scrotum would have been the last thing on my mind if I saw such a sight. A naked Moses running angrily after a running rock with his robe. It wouldn't even be funny to me. Man, I tell you, speculation of why Moses was so modest would have gone right out of my mind. Instead, again, I'd be scared, thinking the sky was about to fall. A Muslim thing to be able to believe for sure, being that the Qur'an seems to infer that such a thing could happen, by the way. Again, O slave of Allah, why should Allah even care that speculation of Moses' genitals be cleared up for his being modest? Does it make sense to you that Allah would be so concerned and care what the Israelites wondered about the condition of Moses' genitals even. Why would Allah care to show that the genitals of modest Moses were the best of creation down there? How would they be the, quote, best of those whom Allah created down there anyway? Was Allah into nice-looking male genitalia? Is Allah secretly into Broadway show tunes and Judy Garland trivia? Is that one of the reasons why you have to have your patooties up in the air 5 times a day, every day, for the rest of your life? The rest of your lives? I mean, really, does it make sense? For one last time, why should Allah be concerned about something like that? O slave of Allah, why be concerned that the Israelites see that there was no problem with Moses' junk, and that, again, Daniel whispered, Moses is the, quote, best of whom Allah has created down there. If you know why Muhammad would say such a homoerotic type thing in more than just one hadith, correct hadith, in more than just one sahih, correct hadith, please post your comments for why he would down below here on this video, please, okay? And the video ended. The president and his men just looked at the viewing screen with vacant expressions for a few moments. They were speechless. The president turned to the vice president and said, I think I can see why the Brotherhood wants to send this guy to Pakistan. I think I'll leave it at that. Bye.